you. The one who conquered death for you. There he is. You see the nail prints in his hand. There he is. You see the nail prints in his feet. There he is in all of his glory. There he is.
No, we're not together. I'm just walking through here.
Oh, okay, okay.
And the Bible says on that day, when you
I
behold
was
him,
preaching down there.
the Bible says on that day, many people will say, Lord, Lord.
Hey, sir, can we talk to you, man? Hey, I'm Officer Guardio. This is Officer Beck. Just want to let you know, sorry, excuse the mask, because we have to wear mask policy. But UT does not allow people preaching on campus. You can go off campus.
Well, sir, there's we're not together, but the Texas Senate Bill 18 that the Governor Abbott just passed allows public campuses are now quintessential public forum. According
Very true. So what the deal is, though, what comes into a problem is you can preach all day long, okay, if you wanted to. It was when it becomes a disruption to others, then that's a problem.
well, then that's a violation of our free speech.
The free speech is not a disruption on campus. You can do free speech off and doing that. You can do free speech on campus. It just can't be a disruption to others. Okay?
So it's subjective, though? The standard is subjective?
Subjective
No, I'm not trying to be a...
No, and I get what you're saying.
That just doesn't
but
make
the problem
sense.
is they're trying to ready to start off classes and everything else here. And when it becomes disruptive to others, then that's the problem. You can tell them, hey, can I talk to you? And they come over and talk to you. You can say what you want to all day
anytime you
long.
preach, by definition, preaching is lifting your voices. And like Governor Abbott said, it's quintessential public forum, which protects our free speech. So even if they're...
But on campus, is the problem comes in when you're disrupting others, then that becomes a problem. When they're trying to...
But
conduct
according to
business,
who, though? That's not free speech.
Free speech is you can say what you want to say what who you want to. But when it becomes... You're talking about at an elevated level to the point where I can hear this gentleman all the way down here.
He's got a big...
Yeah, he does. But is there a
That's great.
decibel level that you're talking about?
It's to a point where it becomes a disruption to others.
But see, that's subjective, though, right? That's...
If you want to say subjective or not, that comes down to university rules.
But
okay,
do you have a policy that we can look at to see that?
I don't have a policy on me right this second. No, I do not.
Okay, because I'm not trying. I really am confused because if somebody
the confusion is that comes in is. Right?
I mean, I can call right now and say, "Hey, this officer is disrupting me," right? Just by why?
Because we're free speech. We're talking. Okay?
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, at what point do you determine? Okay, now it's disruptive. I mean, what does he do? Like, lower his voice just a little bit?
No, a lot.
According to who, though? That's all I'm asking. According to what standard?
According to our rules, okay, as far as disruption on grounds.
But that's what I'm saying. Can we look at the policy?
No.
Why?
Because I don't have it on.
So how do we know you're telling the truth?
Okay, I'm telling you the truth. If you want
how do we know that?
Okay.
Yeah, you can call our dispatcher, and then they can probably email it to you. Okay, like I said, I'm also.
Well, according to Governor Abbott, this is quintessential public forum, and according to First Amendment's right, for the First Amendment, you have no authority to abridge our free speech, which you're doing right now.
Okay, I'm not telling you that. I'm telling
you
can talk. I'm telling you that you can't scream and yell it.
Okay, so what's the loudest
That's all I'm telling you.
I wasn't screaming and yelling.
I can hear you. I can hear you all the way down there.
So what's the loudest we can be then? What's the loudest we can be?
What we're doing right now on campus grounds.
Then that's no longer free speech, according to Governor Abbott. It's quintessential public forum.
Okay.
Means that we have free. You guys are. Okay.
Are you a student here?
No, I'm not. I'm a. Because I want to.
Yeah. You know who I am. Who are you?
I'm Ryan.
But I mean, are you a staff member?
So no, I'm a preacher. I'm a preacher. We're not together, but we're preachers.
Okay, but you're not affiliated with the university.
Our freedom of speech may not be prohibited merely because it offends some listeners.
Are you affiliated with the university?
It's not offensive.
I'm not. No.
Okay.
You all right? That's fine.
We have the right to be. We have the right to be loud enough to be heard.
And that's right now.
Okay. Well, they can't hear us down there unless we're preaching.
You can walk over to them and talk to them.
I don't think they're going to like that.
Okay, well then they're doing it. So you just hit the nail on the head.
But okay, the United States Constitution.
Don't care for it.
Congress shall make no law. See what you're doing. You're abridging the freedom of speech.
How?
Well, because you're saying, well, he has the right to express himself.
He does.
Unless somebody doesn't like how loud it is.
No, and that is not. That has to become a disruption. You say,
but see, that's subjective.
What you say, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Because all I'm saying, man, I'm not fighting it, but I'm saying this. Okay, look. So if you're saying, okay, so I can preach at a moderate level. Moderate
level is when you're yelling or talking at a high voice.
But that's according to you. That's according to your definition.
It's according to the rules here as far as disruption.
Well, show me the rule on that.
Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
It's called disturbing the peace. Okay, it's not freedom of speech anymore.
That's
when at
not
a certain
disturbing
level.
speech. It's freedom of speech, man.
Freedom of speech is here talking.
No,
We're
it's
talking.
not.
Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
not. You have the right to be loud enough to be heard. They
walk
can't
up
hear
to
us
them
from
and
over
talk
here.
to
No, well then they can't hear us over here. If I'm talking to them over there, they can't hear us over there.
Then you got more to the ground to
But
cover.
see, no, you're trying to twist what it means to be the right to be loud enough to be heard. Yeah, that's what you're doing.
I'm not saying.
And if you have a
can't say the
statute
word.
or an ordinance that we can look at, that way we can figure it out.
Okay.
You're just going
University
off.
is disruptive. Okay.
Can you show us that though? Can you show us that?
The disruptive.
Because I'm concerned that you're just making it up. Not because you're lying. I'm not saying you're a liar. But I'm saying
Not lying.
what I'm saying is
Here's the deal.
that's not free speech anymore.
Okay, it is.
It's not free
disruptive
speech.
is good. It is free speech.
No, not if you're saying, hey, you can do whatever you want, but you have to say it in a voice that's just talking. No, man. The university allows preaching. It's always allowed.
It's loud preaching, but
That's
every
what he's
time.
doing.
And
He's
absolutely,
preaching.
He can preach all he wants, but he can't be disruptive to the point where it's going over into the.
Then it's not preaching.
Okay.
It's not preaching at that point. It's talking. Preaching, by definition, is lifting your voice like a trumpet.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing.
Then go stand on Guadalupe and do that. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, you can go anywhere. You can be here to express yourself.
Because the university
You just can't at a
statute
level.
says that if he's disrupting classes,
Okay.
and he's not disrupting any classes.
Okay. He's
There's no
disrupting,
classes around
but
here.
There's people, students, and professors on scene that it is disruptive to.
Okay, but what I'm saying.
Listen, I didn't just drive by and say, "Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna go talk to this guy
No, I know
because
that. I know
excuse
that.
me, I got called here."
I know.
All right.
I know. Right.
And
right.
so apparently you're disrupting somebody because they called. Okay?
But see,
And it
that's
wasn't just one
subjective.
call,
That's
it
so
was several.
subjective. Anybody
I'm
could
just-
call and say that. They could say, I don't
You're
like what he's
absolutely
saying.
true.
Let's just call
You're
the police and
absolutely
tell them, hey.
And you know what? And I drive by and you're standing out here and we're having a conversation. I would have kept driving by and said, "Hey, you know what? I appreciate it." But when I come here and I can hear him all the way
So
down
when
the
did
other
preaching
end,
become illegal on the campus? And can you show me some document to verify
It's not illegal
that?
to preach on the campus. It's a
That's what he's
preaching
doing. That's all he's doing, man. He's just preaching.
yelling. He's yelling.
What's
He
the
can
difference
talk.
between preaching and yelling?
Well, I can hear you. What's the preaching?
What's the difference between preaching and yelling?
When it becomes disruptive, we're here talking. We're carrying on.
Well, we're
right?
talking. We're not preaching.
Okay.
You said that preaching's not
You can
illegal.
preach to me all you want then. At this level and this tone, you can approach
Then it's
people
not
and
preaching.
talk to them.
I'm talking
Okay.
to you, right? But you acknowledge that preaching is legal, and that's all he was doing. He's just preaching.
You can't preach at that level. Okay. Now, how about that?
Well, okay, but officer, all I'm asking is what level? Like, where's
The
where's
level
too
is
high? You
when
know?
it becomes disruptive to the point where I can hear it down there and somebody's calling in. Okay. I'm telling
So
you.
you're
right now,
asking him
call.
just to lower his voice a little bit.
I'm asking him to lower his voice a lot. Okay.
So you don't want him heard all the way down there.
That's correct.
Okay, well, according to the Constitution, you're abridging his free speech, and that's a violation
I'm
of
not
his
bridging-
rights
I'm
as
not- I'm
a
not
human
bridging-
being.
I'm not bridging his free speech at all.
That's
He
what
can
you're
say
doing.
whatever you
Yeah.
want. I'm not.
And according to the Governor Abbott, this is a quintessential. You know what?
You're taking your point of view, and I'm telling you right now, it's just, as long
Hey,
as
man,
it's not disruptive.
Texas Senate Bill 18 said this is a quintessential public
And
forum.
you read it right there. It says as long as it's
He
not
has the
disruptive,
right to be loud enough to be heard. They can't hear him down here if we're just
He
talking.
can walk down there and talk to him.
That's not what it's saying, though, and you know that. You know that, officer. I know you're not dumb, right?
You
guys aren't dumb, man.
We're calling our supervisor over here, okay?
All right. Because we're not trying to be I'm not trying to go to jail or anything. I know he is.
You're recording. You're going to make a video.
Oh, definitely.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm recording too. That's fine.
Yeah,
I didn't
good.
stop you.
All right.
I'm just saying, but you're just trying to go round and round with us. You know,
Well, we're asking
you're not even
like,
affiliated with the university, okay?
well, we're
You're a
taxpayers.
guest.
I'm a taxpayer for the university, sir. I pay taxes.
I pay taxes too. Okay.
Exactly. All right. So that's how I'm affiliated with the university,
See,
right?
no,
I'm a Texas
No,
citizen.
according to the education code, you're not.
I mean, well, my taxes go to the university, right?
Mine too.
Right. Exactly. So in a sense, we're all affiliated with the university. It's a public campus.
It is a public
Yeah.
campus, and you're absolutely correct.
Yes.
What's your first name, sir? James. All right, James. Nice to meet you, man. Hey, James, what's in your left back pocket there? That metal piece. Oh, okay. I just didn't know what it was, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
It's a spiritual war. You gotta understand that.
I understand that. Oh, I'm behind you 100%, sir.
Whenever you start to talk about the devil's end,
Uh-huh.
there's going to be some type of disruption. You guys came and brought the disruption. That was a disruption.
Is it
Well,
disruption?
It wasn't me preaching. It was the enemy at work through you being called to disrupt him from letting everyone else know where he's going to end up. You see, I was about to preach about the lake of fire, and then here you guys come.
I got
And
you.
every time, I've done this around the world, every time you start to talk about the devil, his origin, his end, there's going to be some type of disruption. He don't want people to hear that. He doesn't want people to hear the truth.
I would
And
agree with you 100%.
whatever he can use to get people to not hear the truth, which is what this the whole thing is all about.
I got it.
But he didn't win because the gospel still got preached. But still, you see, you're hindering the work of God. The work of God supersedes anything that anything in this world.
I'm all for it. Okay.
You see, if you're all for it, then you should let me preach.
See, I can't. I have rules I have to follow.
Well,
But all this is wrong because I don't have any amplification device. I'm
Right,
just using my voice.
right,
There's
right.
no specific decibel level that's written in
Yeah.
the code of law that said it had to be at this certain decibel level.
Right.
So you're being used by the enemy if you don't know it. That's the bottom line. You see, everything's black and white.
Sir, this is, I mean, honestly, man, this is like, I preach in England, you probably preach, and over there, man, it's the free speech laws are so horrendous because if someone's offended, the police come and they say, hey, you can't do it anymore. I love being in the United States because according to the Constitution, even if someone's offended, you can still preach.
Absolutely.
Even if it's disruptive, you can still preach, according to the Constitution, according to case laws. But you're saying,
unless it's decibel, you can't.
but
okay?
see, that's all, we're asking what decibel level, like what's the level, and we'll go right under that. That's all we're looking for. Like, is there a level? Is there, something objective, some
It's
standard
the
that we
thing,
can look
like
at?
I said, Ryan, when I get called here, I understand where James is coming from, and he's absolutely correct. I would go along with that 100%. However, the problem comes in is I still have to follow rules, all right? And unfortunately, I have to keep my job too, okay?
Yeah, I know. I got you. Yeah,
You understand where I'm at?
Right.
Okay. And when it comes in is the whole, when I get the complaints, I have to come for the level. I'm not coming because if somebody said, hey, I'm offended by what they're saying, then don't listen, walk away. Okay, that's right. But okay, but when you come to that point where it becomes a disruption, that part, the noise level, then that's a problem. Okay, all right. Then that's again, it's because somebody's offended what you're saying, or is it because of the noise? I don't know. All right.
But there's a distinction there that should be made, right? Because if they're just offended by what he's
Distinction,
saying,
but the problem
they should be able to
is
preach.
anybody can say what they want. So if you're saying that, if
That
you're
is-
keeping
that
it
is
down,
true.
if you're keeping it down to what the level that is, then I'd say have at it. Okay, all right.
I guess all I'm asking is what the level is, because surely it's more than just conversational. Otherwise, it's no longer.
It's not like decibels. It's not like a number.
Well, then it's not a quintessential public forum like the governor Abbott says.
It's a disruptive, okay? If it's disruptive somebody else, they have rights too.
Okay, what's the definition of disruptive?
But if they complain, if they're saying it bothers me, if they're saying too loud, I'm not saying it's these people, but I'm just saying somebody definitely called us because they felt it was just too loud, it was just too disruptive. But
Well, why can't they move? I mean, it's quintessential public forum for free
they have a right
speech,
to be
freedom
here,
of
too.
expression.
I mean, there's
They do.
students.
They can stay
There's
here, right? They can
students.
listen. But we're just asking, like, what the level is, what the limit is, and can we look at a document or an ordinance or something that shows that, hey, disruption means this. That way we know what we're doing, what we can't do, what we can't do. Yeah, we're not trying to be contentious. We're just wondering what's going on.
You know what disruptive means.
Well, what does it mean? What does it mean? Everyone defines things differently, right? So what's disruptive mean
Well,
to
just
you?
look it up in Webster Dictionary, okay?
That's the
Look
law
at it.
that y'all go by? Webster?
Look. Come on, man. It's
Ryan, what would you call disruptive?
Well, first of all, I'd say it's very subjective, right? What I would call disruptive, you might not call disruptive. So that's why I'm saying, like, I think there's a problem to use a subjective standard anyways, because that would allow me to basically go and shut down any kind of freedom of expression by just saying, hey, that's disruptive. So in other words, a Muslim guy's over there, I'm not a Muslim, I don't like what he's saying, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna call the cops, say it's disruptive.
walk away.
Right, that's not fair, I shouldn't do that.
Okay,
right?
so you're right. And I come out here and it's not a high decibel.
Right.
And then what he's saying, he stays. Okay.
Yeah,
Right?
but according to
And
you
I'm
though,
telling
right?
you, I'm not telling you that you need to leave. Okay. I'm
Right.
not telling you that at all, and I'm not telling you that you can't say that. And not once did those words come out of my mouth. All I'm saying is you can't scream and yell it. That's it.
But why? Yeah,
But you're very loud, sir. Okay. All right.
But-
I'll let the lieutenant talk just a second. All right.
Yeah. All right.
Again, they can make that, or they can override again. I'm out
Right.
here because I got called.
Right.
So they're not even affiliated.
Yeah, just right.
you think subjective. You may think it's yelling. I'm not yelling.
Yeah, right. He's just using.
You're loud. Okay, I get accused of being loud all the time too, James. All right, I got it. Okay, but you're loud enough where when I drive up, and I mean I can hear you from the other end. You know, down there. That's
Like you said,
and you're good. Your
preaching.
voice carries. You're doing a good job. I know. And you're doing a good job of it. I got it, and I appreciate what you got to say. All right,
I'm trying to give people hope. You see what is going on in this world. People need hope.
I got it, man. They do.
I'm trying to spread
Hey,
love.
it makes your job easier if these people get saved too.
Right.
They're not.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm behind it. Okay, I'm behind what you got. I'm telling you is why I'm here. Okay.
What's your name?
I'm James.
James, do you have a phone number that I can contact you?
Praise God.
That was good preaching, man.
That was good.
I got to hear you coming up. I was rejoicing.
Praise God.
Yeah, I
Did
was
you find
rejoicing.
it? Was that the spot that he was talking about the water fountains?
I haven't. Where the guy was saying it's a good spot.
Yeah.
I think this is it. I think this is it. Yeah. Yeah, I was going to my car over here and I heard you preaching, so I thought, oh, I'll come up and listen.
Praise God.
And then I saw the officer. So.
James, you said 619-518. What's your last name?
Smith. You got a YouTube channel?
I do, man. Christ in the Wild Ministries. You got one?
Yeah.
What's yours?
James Smith, Cloudy Day.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna subscribe right now.
James, you here locally?
No, I'm from San Diego.
How long you gonna be local?
I'm leaving after this. I'm driving back. I was in Atlanta. I was on a road trip, preaching across the country.
James,
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant says, have at it, man. Have a good time. Here's our only caveat, okay? Classes are not in session right
The
now.
mask,
Okay?
nothing?
If classes come in,
We don't point the mask.
okay? All right, if classes come in to play and somebody calls from the professors and stuff call from the classroom, then I got to tell you to keep it down. Okay? You can still talk, you can still preach, you can still do it, you still preach. You just can't preach to that level. Okay?
Appreciate you guys, man. I'm not mad at you.
No, I'm not mad at you.
And I'm not saying y'all were
just saying.
lying. We're just checking. You know how it is. You got to check
Okay.
everything.
All right, sir. Have at it today, though, please.
And I saw you got a mask. Appreciate it. I like to see a mask.
Officer Lattice, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I know you guys are. Yeah, that's what, we just want to check. You guys
I got
are.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Give me
appreciate
the
it.
gentleman.
Like I told you.
Thank you very much. Everyone.
The only thing I told you.
Thanks,
the
guys.
only thing I told you,
Appreciate
like I
y'all.
said, it's nothing here personal.
Right.
It's nothing at all.
Right.
I'm all for what's being said.
Right.
I just have to do when somebody calls.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. We got
Thank
you
you
guys.
very
Yeah.
much.
God bless you guys, man. All right.
Hey, did you hear what?
Praise God. Yeah. I
Amen, bro.
subscribe.
Cool, man. Keep in touch, dude.